Maybe.
You know, Miss Holly's got
Can I put the thumbnail again? I got a first and
Wait, you're recording?
That's awesome, y'all. Keep going.
Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Nice.
So this is a nice sauce.
Why?
I don't know. It had.
So cool. Oh, I only see a little girl dancing. Y'all, that's really cute. We have a little cheerleading, like kind of girls club for Case, our after school program. And they're like cheering right by my window. So I'm like looking at all the dance moves. That's really cool. I've never actually seen them in person. That's really fun. I've never seen them practice before. That's really cool. But if you guys hear them, just ignore them. They're practicing. I forgot to press record, but I tore off the March because it is March 31st. It is after school. It is 4:22. I'm going to sharpen all the pencils using Alpen here, and we have a beautiful, like, look at this color, this peachy, orangey color. It's gorgeous, like the spring. Now, I did terrible. Like, ever since winter break, I have not been so great at filling the events in, so I need to do a much better job for April because this is my last month before the last month of the school year, which is May. So that is officially coming up. I'm gonna have to start putting like field day and end of year and graduation and just parties coming up because we actually do need to plan, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna do it on that Friday, April 25th. But y'all, we have successfully completed the Easter basket. Every little nook and cranny is completed, and I'll show you guys that in just a minute. But today, guys, today was like the most brilliant idea I've had. It went so good. I'm gonna keep doing it for the rest of this week because it kept the kids occupied. It's just enough time, 25 minutes for them to kind of do like a full activity. And normally what I usually do is either I do it, the whole class does independent work at the same time, and then if they're done, they either do their definitions or they do success maker or they do something at the end. But the problem with that is there's never enough iPads for everyone once they finish. So we always kind of ran into that issue. We only have 22 iPads and we do share them between the two classes. So really we have like 12 iPads. And obviously we have 28 students, so there's never enough. And then some iPads are usually dead because we only have like 6 chargers. It's a whole thing. So towards the beginning of the year, maybe like November, I think, I started doing half-C. So half the class would do textbook and then the other half would do success maker for 20 to 25 minutes, and then we would switch. And then I try to incorporate stations that way, but it never worked. Every time we would do stations, we got interrupted. There was a fire drill, there was something going on with admins. I always got called to the front office for a parent thing. I'm just like, no, stations are not the thing. I would love to keep doing stations, but it's just not gonna happen. So I either would do half-Cs or I would do the full class, and then they would do something at the end. But today I was like, what about trio? I don't know what to call it. Call them half-Cs, but I don't know what to call a trio. I would split them into 3 parts. So that side, this side, and I'll show you in just a minute. one side would do hands-on learning. So today was geoboards, and tomorrow we're gonna do fractions, so that'll be fun. And then I have like fraction circles. The other one will be the other 10 or 8, the other group will be star prep, and I'll show you guys that in just a minute. And then the other one will be success maker. So at max we just needed like 10 iPads. That was so good rather than 14. Y'all, this star prep is so good. I'm so glad I bought the bundle. It was probably like $30 maybe, but it has everything. It's not just this, it has like 5 whole different categories. And what I love about this, it is self-check. The answers are on the back. And at first I was like, oh, the kids, you know, they're just gonna be like, all right, what's number 1 B? Okay, so I made sure that I gave them 2 with a staple, scratches of paper, and they have to show me their work. They can't just be like 1 is A, 2 is B and C, 3 is 20, whatever. And what I love about this is these are actual real life star based questions. Select 2, and then over here it's open-ended, and then over here it's the drop down. Like they'll see that on the star test. It even has the vocabulary where it's like choose from the drop down menu. Y'all, oh, I am so excited for them to see it. And all of these are just, and look at this one. This one has like the, what is it, like the part A, part B, and both are dropped. Like I love that. And I told them, I explained it to them to actually work on it. Go ahead and show your work, solve it as if this was on the computer and this was an actual star question. And then once you are done, check your work. Okay, did I get it right? Yes, I can move on to the next question. If I got it wrong, what did I do wrong? Okay, okay, that's the correct answer. What did I do wrong? How did they get A when I got B? Oh, I see, I forgot to add the 2/3. So I really want them to take, what's it called, ownership of their own learning now. I told them we are officially done with the book. We have done every single thing. The only thing that I still want them to do with their textbook is the definitions in the back, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But I have taught everything, every single topic, every single lesson that they need for the STAR test. Now it's up to them, and they are feeling like, oh my god, it is crunch time. Next Wednesday they take their reading STAR, and then in 2 weeks, or I think it's 3 weeks, I can't remember, I'll say 2 weeks. 2 weeks they take their math. So y'all, it is crunch time. And then I can't remember, did I already say the other one? Today they did geo boards, and it was just so fun and exciting for them to just play with it. They saw that they could make so many shapes, but using triangles and trapezoids and parallelograms, and they were using that language, and they could make like houses but still use triangles. And they were like scaling triangle, isosceles triangle, right triangle, lots of right triangles today. And it was really good. It was really, really good, y'all. I did a little bit of catching up with grading, so that's good. I'm like 2 weeks behind, but I'm not so far behind that I cannot catch up. You guys saw we did get birthdays, a birthday cupcake for the March birthday, so that was really fun. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean by trios, and then let me show you the basket, and then I'll get out of here. Let's go, y'all. All right, so I'm back here so I can show you a little bit with the whiteboard in view. But basically I split my whiteboard into thirds, or not whiteboard, but Promethean whiteboard, I guess I should say. So star question, and then they would rotate every 25 minutes, means these 6 for the moment. And then in the middle we have success maker, that means these 10 right here. And then on this side of the Promethean whiteboard, this is the hands-on learning geoboards, and that would mean this 10. So now they know that on this side of the caddy is one whole group, this side of the caddy is one whole group, and then the separate like whole bunch right here, group 6, is just one whole group. So I really love this method. They're so used to it. I love that it's just so easy. They're able to understand that this is with this is in the middle, and then this is on this side, and I absolutely love it. What I did for like rotation, I erased one. Let's go ahead and erase. And then I went ahead and I grabbed it. So I moved it over here. Oops, totally did that wrong. And then this empty spot, I would put star practice. Y'all can't see, sorry. I know I'm writing kind of weird, but I'm trying to show y'all quickly. And then that's how I really did it. So I would erase one and then just shove it, and then I would rewrite it just on the side that was empty. And yes, I could make this into a PowerPoint, but I honestly thought of this like in the morning. So I was just trying to make it short, sweet, simple, to the point, and the kids really understand whatever I'm writing. So I wanted to kind of make it a little bit simple. But y'all, it is official. We have colored in every nook and cranny. The basket is fully completed. Every little one is good to go. They were asking about the bunny, but I said no, the bunny is good to go. We did it. We did it. So now I think our reward is going to be just a fun free-for-all. I'm going to ask the parents if they would like to bring pizza, cupcakes, just basically like a whole party. We'll put on some music. We'll put on some movies and just kind of like have like a final celebration. And yes, we are going to do this after STAR, because right now it is only STAR focus, and my principal is not going to approve anything before STAR. They said, can we do it this Friday? And I said, guys, I'm so sorry, we do have to focus on STAR. But I said, look, as soon as y'all are done with that math STAR, because that's the last one y'all take, that Friday, full party. Like, don't even bring your backpacks. Like, that's how much of a party we gonna have. So they're really excited. They're really happy that finally they're done with it. And y'all, my group A was the one who finished it. Like, they did so good today. My group A, everybody did really good. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching this Monday section. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Hello everyone. Before I tell you about today and this week in general, I am catching up on my newest obsession, Jackie and Shadow and their eaglets. They just actually named the eaglets Sunny and Gizmo, Gizmo being the more littler chick. Guys, I am obsessed with them. They don't even do anything but eat, sleep, poop, explore. But they're so entertaining and I just love them. I go on Reddit and see like what clips people take, because obviously I'm at school and I can't just be on my phone 24/7. So it's so fun to see them. But guys, today's Thursday and it is like 4:50. I gotta get out of here about 5 o'clock. I just need to make one last copy for tomorrow. This week, let me tell you, has just been out of control. We have some new kind of procedures in the classroom to kind of help manage, because a lot of things have been happening that Miss Stovall and I are like, oh no, like let's hunker down. I'm not sure if it's maybe a reaction to Miss Hollis leaving, because they really are kind of acting out. Like, you know how sometimes when things happen and like in a home life and kids are acting out in school and at home because they want attention. I don't know. Maybe Miss Hollis really did affect them in a way, because like they're just more clingy, but they're also not wanting to do their work. They don't really see the purpose in it. They don't really care about anything anymore. And I'm just like, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. And then if I give them the iPad to go on Success Maker, I make sure to set that expectation. Stay on Success Maker. Don't get off. We don't have GoGuardian. Our district does not, you know, buy it for us, even though it would be so handy for the teachers. They just, you know, they actually searched up Miss Hollis, like her name, and they found out she has an Instagram, YouTube channel. She has like everything. So they were like looking her up and friending her and sending her requests. I'm just like, guys, what are you doing? So I think it's a little bit of that in a way. And also I think they're just kind of stressed for STAR prep. I honestly am not making them that stressed. Like I am giving them packets and packets of work, but it's like a packet that is self-check, and it actually motivates them to actually get a good score, because I have asked each and every single kid, hey, do you guys like these packets, like the self-check? And I'll show you guys what that looks like. And they're like, yeah, I actually like it a lot better than when we do our textbook or when we do a STAR question like on the whiteboard, because I can actually, you know, see if I'm actually smart. I'm like, oh, okay. And even my lower kids have gotten questions right, and they like get so excited and happy, and I'm just like, ah. So there are good moments, but Tuesday and Wednesday was the first time probably in the school year where I left at 4. I didn't even pull out my camera. I took my purse. I walked out the door. I didn't even turn off the lights. Like, that's how quickly I got out of this. And even I beat Miss Stovall, and Miss Stovall always leaves on time. I even beat some of the other teachers that always leave at 4 o'clock because I wanted to get out of here. I was like, nope, 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 I'm out. And I slept for a good 14 hours last night. Ooh, I don't know what it'll do to my sleep cycle, but I for sure needed it. It was just really exhausting. A lot more, just more redirecting, if anything. No one is truly disrespectful. It's more of just they don't want to do their work, even though we ask, like, guys, I promise it's only 5 questions, can we please do them? And it's more of they're just making simple mistakes. Like, they're not showing their work. I'm like, how did you even get the answer? Oh, I thought about it in my head. No, stop that. And I told them they cannot turn it in unless you show me that work. So now they're doing it a little bit better, but it was just a lot of redirecting, a lot of like, please sit down. Like, go sit down. No one needs to be in that restroom right now. We're almost going to, you know, it's just a lot of talking. And then I actually hurt my ankle. Like, I walked 15,000 steps, so I had to bring out my cane because anytime I walk more like for a good while, because I was up on my feet all day on Monday and Tuesday, I usually end up hurting my left ankle. But I'm good now. We have some new additions to the classroom, a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of more policy, a little bit of stickers, a little bit of something. So I'm going to show you guys that in just a moment. But today was a lot better. I had them do the STAR practice packets. I don't like saying packets, but again, they are really liking the packets. They do feel like all the learning, all the teaching that we have, you know, collected throughout the year is finally being put to, you know, a single thing. And they are allowed to like work together, but I told them, well, who's going to be with you on that STAR test? No one. Who are you going to be able to ask you to help? No one. Is the teacher going to be able to help you? No. So I'd rather you do it by yourself. I put on some music and some lo-fi music and just kind of help calm the environment so they can focus. And they did seem to say that today was a lot better than Tuesday and Wednesday when they were doing kind of stations, when it was a little bit loud and a little bit chaotic. So I just think stations are just not my jam. I just think, I don't know, but every time we do stations, it just never works out in the classroom. And I just think they either have to do halfsies, where one side of the class does something, the other side does something, or everybody does the same thing, and then there's like extra things for the kids to do if they finish early. So let me go ahead and show you guys around the room. This is what the room looks like at the moment. You guys are starting to see some new things around the classroom. Now, first off, we are learning in science about food webs and food chains. I never actually showed you guys the new stickers, but they're actually really cool. Some of them are more like this with animals and just a cute little fun thing like the astronaut, and some of them the kids are loving them. They're like fruits but with like a pun, like fantastic, coconutty, you mean a latte to me. Like, y'all, that is so cute. Look at them, they're pizza. Look at this one. So I am obsessed with them. They're a little bit smaller. I do put in some Baby Yoda ones, but I only bought like 50 stickers for that one, so I'm trying to use those less and less and more of these because these were like 400 stickers. I am not confident if I showed you, but we did finish our Easter basket for Success Maker, so they will have their party after the Math Star, so we take it on the 23rd, so they'll have it on the 25th. I went ahead and graded the phases of the moon science projects that we did last 2 Fridays ago. I actually don't remember, and there were only 5 students that did not complete it, so they will receive an 80, and then all of these will receive 100. They are separated by homerooms because I actually have to tell you guys something about that. Our custodian actually put some nice fresh smelling scents above the vents, and then there's one here. And I think there's actually one inside, yep, in the restroom. So along with the Glad here, the restroom officially smells nice all the time. And then when I walked in, it just smelled so good with those things. And apparently I think they last maybe a month, I shall say. So definitely it's smelling fresher and just more better in the classroom, especially with the kids when they come back from PE. Not gonna lie, but they're a little stinky. So this definitely helps clean up the classroom just a bit. I went ahead and wrote the date for tomorrow, but I went ahead and took off everything else. I am probably going to throw away that orange marker because it left such a bad, not stain, because this can be easily removed, but it just does not erase well, as you can clearly see. I'm going to put this protractor back into the closet, or the cabinet I shall say, because it is taking quite a bit of space, and it's just we don't use it anymore since we're not learning it anymore. This is the last thing I wanted to show you guys. It does look like a lot, it just looks like packets, but I promise the kids actually do like it and they do want more of this, surprisingly. But we started with category 2 skills assessment. It had a little bit of fractions and input output tables. Then we moved to decimals, and then this is the current one. We have data analysis and financial literary skills. And guys, I'm just obsessed with the format of how these are. I think there's about 8 or 9 in total. So we just started with 3, and then we started on Monday. It truly has helped even my lower kiddos, because they're like, Miss Blanco, I got another one right. Miss Blanco, I got another one right. And so they're starting to build up their confidence and just put in all the effort and learning, and for me teaching, to finally get them to see how smart they are by self-checking it and doing it and finally getting questions right, because they know it, they're not confident in themselves. Now, I do give them sheets of scratch paper because that is what they're going to receive on the STAR test. And I tell them, because I do tell them, guys, if you need my help, first try it yourself and then I'll come up. And if I come up and I see no thought process, like here on the paper, I'm walking away. I say no. If I'm going to help you, I actually need to see the work being done. Then I'll come. All right. That's right. That part's right. Oh, I got it. What's wrong with this? And I don't tell them what's wrong. I ask, what is this supposed to be? And then they look, 4.75. And then I point to the mistake. What does that say? 4.57. Oh, okay, Ms. Blanco. So I want them to realize their mistake. So I really don't tell them at all what you got wrong. I kind of guide them towards the wrong answer, but not tell them exactly what they got wrong, because it really just is as simple as just like, maybe you added wrong, maybe you subtracted wrong. And that's what I'm trying to get them to, like, go back and check your work, because that's how simple mistakes can happen. So one last thing that is new to our classroom, I can't get too close because it has student name, is now we have an open and close sign. Ms. Stovall also has this on her door, because the restroom is being a bit abused in a way. The kids are not cleaning up after themselves. There are things, actually, let me actually show you. My poor, y'all, look at them. Like, my poor little labels got wet and they're ruined, and they were like all over the floor, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll just redo them. So we're down to 5. I don't know if I have it in my heart to like redo them and stick them back on there. And then, guys, I had my clock. Someone took down my clock and got it wet, and I actually have it over right there. Like, let me show you. Like, look at this. It was way worse yesterday when I discovered it, but the bottom half is wet. I don't know if you guys can see that stain right there. So I just talked to my kids about, we're just not being appropriate and doing the right thing in the restroom. So Miss Stovall and I agreed to help better control the situation of the restroom because it got to a point where there was urine all over the seats and paper towels all over the floor, and there was also napkins all over the floor, and just like the sink was wet, the window, not the window, but the mirror was wet. We have decided to open and close it at certain times, and the students only have 2 opportunities to go to the restroom in both classes. So 2 opportunities to go in my class and 2 opportunities to go in Miss Stovall's class, for a total of 4 times to go to the restroom, because there was a point where a student went 8 times to the restroom. Now I understand sometimes there are times, and sorry about the fan here, there are times where the kids have a medical emergency or medical note or a medical thing going on, and they have to use the restrooms more than like 4 times per day. Now, in order for that, Ms. Stovall and I agree, we have to have a doctor's note, because there have been maybe 2 times where we have had a doctor's note saying like, please let the student go maybe like a couple more times to the restroom, but it's only for like a good 2 to 3 weeks. It's never for the whole rest of the year. And we do communicate to parents that if your son or daughter does seem to be a frequent restroom user, please let us know and we will kind of manage that. But nobody has stepped up. Nobody has told us that they need to use the restroom more than 4 times per day. And that usually, kids usually maybe use it twice, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. And they do go during ancillary, and they do sometimes go during lunch if the lunch lady kind of lets them. So other than that, they have lots of opportunities to go, but the fact is they were using the restrooms in both classes, so we have officially agreed to like tone it down into only 2 times for each classroom, and at this time and then ending at this time. So lots of little changes, sometimes good, sometimes bad, and that's what being a teacher is about. You have to adjust it for your kiddos, for your classroom, and how it runs. Other than that, we pretty much are just gearing up for start. Next Tuesday is when I have to start those star games, which, by the way, without my girls helping me, I would have never finished. All of this are the star games. Like, guys, it's ridiculous. This is for the tic-tac tally. This is for the Who Am I? Yes, Who Am I? This is for the matching game. This is for, let me see, this is for operations, for the, I think, hand up, hand down. This is for geometry or measurement. This is, I think, decimals. This is decimals and fractions. These, I believe, are my extras. So these we don't officially need. These are for in case we need extra copies. So officially, these are the ones that we'll need, guys. It's just, it's ridiculous. Okay, ridiculous. I'm gonna go ahead and go home. I've stayed here way longer than I wanted to. I still have Cookie with me, but I will see y'all tomorrow. I will definitely vlog tomorrow. Sorry if it was a bit weird this week. Like I said, Tuesday and Wednesday, I just left immediately after 4, like on 4. I walked out of this room and into my car. So thank you guys for keeping up with me, being patient, and I promise the vlogs will come back a little bit nicer and smoother. I'll see y'all later. By the way, I don't know if I told y'all, but I did catch up with my grades. I did catch up with my star accommodation. Like, I got to prepare all that for my IEPs and my 504s. And I did catch up with something else. I can't remember actually what it was. Nope, that was it. So just the grades in the star accommodation. I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all. Hello everybody, it is currently 5 o'clock, I think. Yep, almost 5 o'clock. I'm going home. Everything is ready for next week. Copies are made, the new star practice is made, pencil reset is good, whiteboard is cleared off, but I'll write it on Monday. I'm used to that. I got pizza here from Little Caesars because I told you guys that I was going to reward those students that helped me cut and prepare for these star games next week for the lead forward rock and review. I hope we don't do this next year. I really don't. I'm just so grateful for my kiddos because, like I said, without them I would have quit a long time ago. I truly would. So as a reward, and I did ask Miss Hollis yesterday who were the ones that helped her, because I know they're not the same who helped me. She gave me the names and I bought them pizza. They were able to have like 3 slices, so it was really good. They loved it. It was only unfortunate that by the time we got back and everybody got like their pizza, they only had really 20 minutes to eat, so they kind of had to like scarf it down a bit. But it was really good. It was really fun. They felt really special in the moment. I think I totally forgot to take a picture though, so hopefully there is evidence though. I promise. Like, some of them were even going to text Miss Hollis, thank you for the pizza, because she did lend me some money to help purchase the pizza. But other than that, it was a really good day. They did their star practice. The new one was on fractions, so a lot of them were able to understand fractions. And then the next one is going to be geometry, and then we have measurement, and then multiplication and division. And then that's it. All the star prep, all the star packets, all the star, you know, self-check is going to be over, and then they'll officially take their star test on the 23rd. So we have a little bit of time. I'm not 100% confident on what I'm going to do once we finish these packets, because I don't know. We have the games, but the games don't last like 2 hours, which is the amount of time that I have with my kiddos. So I think I'm going to divide it into an hour of maybe star prep. I'll find something online, and then the hour of playing games, because definitely those games do not take 2 hours. They take maybe max an hour. So I gotta plan around that. And I do want to read the books that I have. I have a couple more math and science books that I want to read, and especially that one big test day, like that one book I showed you. I can't remember, but I do want to read that too. And other than that, that's it, y'all. So we ended on a really positive note. Monday was solid. Tuesday and Wednesday were terrible. Let's hopefully we never get that terrible day again. Thursday was really great, and then today we ended on a good note. The kids had lots of food. They had pizza, then they had ice cream, then they had the snack shack, then they had candy. So definitely they were sugared out by the end of the day. I will see y'all in the next vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and apologies again for having such a weird vlog this week, but Tuesday and Wednesday I just was not it. So I'll see y'all next vlog. Bye y'all.